This video delves into Yosef's deep spiritual inquiry. What are you in search of? Beneath all human effort, ambition, and longing lies a singular pursuit: the truth of who we are. This truth expresses itself through four divine qualities: light, life, love, and laughter. They are not goals to be obtained, but qualities to be rediscovered through inner silence. When we enter this silence through meditation, we reconnect with our essential nature and merge the outer shell of our mundane life with the sacred inner self. In doing so, body, mind, and soul becomes whole. This is not merely a personal journey, but an opening into the eternal universe within, which cannot be created or destroyed. Won't you travel with me as we seek to answer the question, what are you in search of? Every person is a seeker. Even if the object of their search remains unnamed, we chase careers, we chase relationships, we chase security or happiness, believing these will fill a void. But deep within, beyond all appearances, what we are truly seeking is understanding. And that understanding is not a product of information, but of direct experience. When we walk the inner path with openness and presence, we find that the truth we longed for has always been within reach. We were never lost, only distracted from ourselves. What is light, if not the clarity that dispels all illusion? In the spiritual sense, light is the presence of truth, the awareness that shines even in our darkest moments. It does not come from outside, but radiates from within when we quiet the noise of thought. This divine light cannot be learned. This divine light is remembered. It is not belief, but knowing. Through inner silence, the hidden lamp of consciousness begins to glow, and everything false begins to fall away. Life is not merely the beating of the heart or the firing of neurons. It is the sacred aliveness that moves through every cell, every leaf, every star. It is the breath behind the breath, the unspoken force that animates form. To be truly alive is to feel the force moving within, is to recognize that we are that force, that life is not separate from us, but is us. We are life, appearing briefly in form, forever connected to the whole of existence. recognizing this is the beginning of reverence. Love is not a sentiment. It is not attachment or need. It is the natural energy of union, the feeling of connection that arises when separation falls away. Love is what we experience when we see another not as other, but as a reflection of ourselves. In this light, all conflict dissolves, the heart opens, and our humanity becomes sacred. True love does not bind. True love liberates. In loving all things without conditions, we return to the wholeness from which we came. There is a laughter that arises not from humor, but from realization, from the sudden lightness that comes when the weight of illusion lifts. Divine laughter is the echo of the soul recognizing itself. It is pure, untainted by sarcasm or pride. It bubbles up like a spring from within, washing away sorrow. In laughter, we find innocence. And in that innocence, we remember joy, not as emotion, but as truth. In that innocence, we remember peace. We remember love. We remember who we really are. Silence is more than the absence of noise. It is the stillness which all things began and end. When we meditate, not as technique, but as surrender, we open to this vast, sacred silence. It is an intelligence beyond words, a presence that embraces all. Here, the mind becomes quiet, not by force, but by awe. In this silence, we are not doing, we are being. And in being, we discover that we are part of something infinite. We often identify with the body of the mind, or the mind. We see those two, first and foremost, forgetting that we are also a soul, a spirit, an essence, a breath. The body grounds us. It gives us form or gives form to the formless. The mind organizes experience, allowing us to interpret the world. But the soul is the eternal witness, the silent watcher, untouched by time. When these three aspects unite harmoniously, we live not as fragments, but as a whole. Meditation brings this alignment. In unity, we are truly one with ourselves. The breath is not just air. It is the rhythm of spirit entering and leaving form. In every tradition, breath is sacred because it connects us to life itself. It is the invisible bridge between body and soul. When we become conscious of breathing, we become present. Each breath brings us home, anchoring us in the here and the now. And in that presence, spirit reveals itself, not as a doctrine, not as a teaching, not as a religion, not as a belief system, but as a living truth. The journey to truth is not paved with certainty. It requires courage, the willingness to step beyond inherited beliefs, familiar paths, and conventional answers. To truly seek is to become naked before existence. The moment we discard the map given by others, we begin to trust the compass of our own being. This is not rebellion. It is authenticity, who we really are. And in that authenticity, the path appears beneath our feet, step by step by step. The final realization is not a new idea, but a return to what has always been true, that we are already whole, that life, light, love, and laughter are not things to gain, but aspects of our original nature. That's who we were created to be. That's who we really are. In knowing this, we stop searching and we start living. Existence becomes sacred. Every moment becomes enough. Every second becomes enough. Every minute becomes enough. Every hour, every day, every year. And in that enoughness, we find eternity.